by creed, I would be redeemed.
Using your previously ing on and on to insinuate that the band Creed could redeem anyone. Also using 90 seconds to show me scenes and helmets I've already seen before. Also, why does the armorer get their shoulder fluff in the shot? No one else gets shoulder fluff. These two pod racers are terrible drivers. Why are they wasting so much time swerving around when they should be focused on tight turns and extended burns? Also, you can clearly hear a large crowd cheering in the background, so where are they? Is that noise piped in from somewhere? What is this, the NFL? Consecutive alsos. Is this a desert town? Wait, is that Mos Eisley? Oh, no. They tricked me. Disney snuck a Book of Boba Fett episode into my Mandalorian, didn't they? Bastards. We never heard a price exchanged between these two, and he's just giving her a random bag of what we assume are credits, which may or may not be any good depending on whether or not the mechanic operates under the Watto bartering system. My point is, anything could be in this pouch, and we have zero idea how much should be in there. If all the droid was going to do to alert the Jawas was whistle, why didn't you just do that yourself?
Quickly, before he sees you!
You say this literally 6 seconds after saying,
Tell the Jawas Rodian left.
Tell them he's gone. Tell them he could see them. That's just terrible workplace communication.
Put those cards back on the speeder. Paint them so they look different.
This is a simple enough scam, so why do you even need the Jawas as the middlemen? Or middle Jawas? And isn't selling people their own back a Jawa trademark at this point? Both parties are splitting a job either one of them could do themselves just so the audience can get their Jawa fixed before Mando shows up.
She's purring like a nuzzle shrew.
Scene does not contain a nuzzle shrew.
Who taught you how to leap like a lurman, huh?
It's a good thing Grogu spent 2 years training with Luke so he could learn how to jump and do a flip.
Was that his first word?
Thanks a lot, Pelly. Now I'm aware that they're eventually going to ruin Grogu by making him talk. Preemptive sin this is.
Get right back here, scaredy droid.
Not understanding the strengths and weaknesses of your workforce, Pelly needs some management training, like, immediately.
And because it's Bunta, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you this for half the price and throw in a free oil bath.
Offering Mando a free oil bath without inviting us to... Wait, she was talking about the droid, wasn't she?
I thought you said it was built for adventure.
I'm torn. On the one hand, I'm glad we're skipping the Fix the Droid side quest before we get to Mandalore. But on the other hand, Dennis spent 2 seasons making a huge stink about not trusting droids. He finally builds trust with IG-11 and now he's just open to relying on random astromechs? That seems out of character. And since I can't decide which way I'm leaning, go ahead and take us in for each, just to be safe.
May the Force be with you!
The How does Pelly know what the Force is? She's not a Jedi or part of the rebellion. This show went to such great lengths to show the Jedi were somehow forgotten after the Purge. Mando even called them sorcerers, remember? So which is it? Do people remember the Jedi or not?
It's Mandalore, the homeworld of our people. Every Mandalorian can trace their roots back to this planet.
Apparently, Grogu is quickly just becoming a landing vessel for Din to tell us all the Mandalore. Maybe instead of Baby Yoda, we should have called him an expositional sponge Yoda. Trips right off the tongue, huh?
I've never been there either.
Then, how do you know it used to be?
Once green and beautiful. And that's Kalevala, where we visited Bo-Katan.
I'm only telling you this in case there's some sort of rare emergency where I'm incapacitated and you need to run to her for help. No other reason.
A Mandalorian has to understand maps and know their way around.
Pretending that using graphic instructions on how to get from point A to point B is a unique skill set.
Looks like the fusion bombs from the Purge disrupted the magnetic field around the planet. From the surface, we won't be able to communicate with anyone out of atmosphere.
Meteorological plot obstacles. Meteoroploticals?
Go over to that split in the rock and take an air sample of the ruins below.
Wait, would the air below the rocks not be the same as the air above if the droid can just pop down in there? Does your ship not have sensors to indicate if the atmosphere is breathable? This whole droid companion thing makes more sense when you needed someone to watch your back, but taking a droid for air samples seems a bit like overkill.
Don't be a baby.
What a weird insult for a droid. Droids, like much technology, are likely at their highest level of operation and strength when they're first created. I know you hate droids, Mando, but the cultural insensitivity is just off the charts.
You can watch them on the scope.
It's a red dot on an unmarked circular grid, and honestly, what other information would you ever need?
I was hoping to avoid going out there.
But you'd have to go out there eventually, right? You can't bathe in the living waters from your cockpit, Mando.
Don't worry, kid. I'll be right back.
Pedro says this sentence so much in the shows he's currently in, he should probably just trademark this line and make some residuals on it. Being blessed with great equipment, but not knowing how to use it.
The charts were wrong.
What charts? So far, this is the only chart I've been shown. And if I'm being really honest, discussions on charts are about one notch above discussions about fuel levels. taking your tiny companion into a dangerous unknown planet dressed as half of an avocado. Grogu copying what Mando does through this cave walk just a few seconds after he does it is just one more example of how completely the show understands the parent-child dynamic. And it's threatening to melt my Beskar encased heart, damn it. Wait. I know Disney owns pretty much everything, but does that include the rights to Metal Gear? Konami really did go to shit after Kojima left if they sold off the franchise rights for a Star Wars crossover. Also, you're telling me that whole mech suit was underneath the sand, upside down, waiting to pounce? How long would it take to set that up? And how could it possibly be worth it in this environment? Man, bet you wish you had Yoda's lightsaber right about now, huh? How's that little Beskar vest treating you? Well, I guess if they could bring back Maul several times, then General Grievous was always within the realm of possibility. His new suit sure is a downgrade, though. Now he's going to be windmilling lightsabers in that thing. If you're just a tiny blob of biological material around a single eyeball, how did you make all this stuff in the first place? Where did you get the pieces? Did you pickle Rick it and magically build an operational exoskeleton by tonguing a Mandalorian cockroach brain?
Get to Bo-Katan.
And this instruction should be enough for you thanks to the convenient map teaching I did on the way here. And don't forget you'll have to fly all the way there because of that damn meteoroplodical that's already in place. I will say, this whole section where Grogu becomes a playable character and goes on his own side quest is all of the awesome, and Grogu somehow continues to force pull sins out of me. Wait a minute, you can use the Force to smoke this guy, but not the robot? What exactly did you learn during your 2 years of training with Luke Skywalker?
An unscheduled visitor.
Pronouncing SCH as shh. Did you not pay attention in shul? Or are you too busy scheming schematics to steal a scholarship? I'm done schmoozing this schmaltzy schlockfest. Wait, those worked. Fine. Now I'm sitting here schadenfreude. Damn it!
Maybe I didn't make myself clear the last time. I want to be left alone.
You actually didn't make that clear last time. At no point did you tell Mando and Grogu to leave you alone so you could listen to whatever the Mandalorian version of My Chemical Romance is and sulk like a teenager who ran out of their favorite eyeliner. Looking down on the apocalyptic remains of the city. Really is impressive how this episode is just The Last of Us Episode 8. Pedro Pascal is trying to teach a child with a special ability how to navigate and make it in an apocalyptic wasteland when he's taken out of commission and the child has to formulate a way to get help. And since that episode came out 3 whole days before this one, I have to send this episode for being such a copycat. Them's just the rules. Taking off your helmet in a dangerous place because it's time to speechify. Purposely landing in a puddle when there's dry ground a foot away. Needing a reminder from a child that flashlights are a good idea in a cave.
I knew quite a few Jedi, you know.
Using the "some of my best friends are Jedi" defense. Pushing your vulnerable companion into a dark corner you haven't explored because you spotted something dangerous in the other direction. As if danger can't simultaneously be located in multiple places.
Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
No, Grogu met Boba Fett and your followers in season 2, remember? So obviously he knows Din isn't the only Mandalorian. And obviously you know he knows. And obviously I know you know he knows. Convenient lightsaber location is convenient. But also watching Bo-Katan slay with this thing is honestly worth any of the random convenience it took to get here, because this is bad freaking ass.
How did you find me?
Your last words to Grogu were literally,
Get to Bo-Katan.
You've never eaten Pog soup.
No.
Can you appreciate the irony?
I cannot. Also, cut the man some slack. He didn't live through the 90s when those were briefly a thing. And even I didn't know you could make soup out of them.
Thank you.
Don't thank me until you see them.
Trying to control someone else's thankfulness.
What pains me is seeing our own kind fight one another time and time again.
Funny, you didn't seem that upset about the Civil War during Clone Wars. Having this in your possession and just now using it.
Hold on. I want you to get the full tour.
People who read the expositional signs instead of just enjoying the thing that the sign is about. The Grand Canyon's right there, Zeke. Not currently interested in the story of Gary the Gorge Donkey and his 3-month journey.
I swear on my name.
I teased in for keeping up this silly religious creed stuff, but at least he doesn't use his faith as an excuse to be a dick to people different than him, so here's a sin for those that do. What do you call a Mandalorian that has to be rescued twice in one episode? A Dinzel in distress. Don't worry, I'm almost done. Cool shot, but should the no longer mythosaur be doing more than just watching this rescue? Does the water balrog get his kicks from just watching rescues as they happen? I guess what I'm saying is, Mithy, how's the peeping? How's the peeping? Mithy, Mithy, Mithy.
I don't think they exist.
Spelunking? Where do you spelunking?
Spelunking for pork rinds. That thing got a hammy?
Don't be a baby.
Who are you and who are you calling baby?
Be right back. Don't worry, kid.
You see, you push the laws and you end up dead.
They have a cave troll.
What's wrong? Snake! Snake!
There. The entrance to the Mines of Mandalore.
This, my friend, is the home of my cousin Balin, and they call it a mine. A mine!
This is no mine. It's a tomb.